Watch this video for directions on how to create your cut paper collage. Let's talk about your project supplies that you'll need. You are going to need your thumbnail sketches that you've drawn, a piece of portfolio paper, a pencil, a black pen or a Sharpie, an X-Acto knife, scissors, construction paper, a ruler, and a glue stick. To start, you're going to want to create a 1-inch margin around your paper. So using a ruler, you're going to measure out 1 inch around 4 sides and then connect those lines. Depending on your design, you might want to trace your border with a black Sharpie. Based off of your thumbnail drawings, you're going to want to pick your thumbnail to work with. You can always combine multiple thumbnails if you don't like one, but you like elements of multiple. Now that we're organized, it's time to start assembling our collage. For my design, it makes the most sense for me to start with my background and build my design up with different layers. So I'm going to find the construction paper that I want for my background colors and start figuring out how big I want those pieces to be. You can always use a pencil to mark exactly where you want to cut it. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of my background pieces ready. Once I have my pieces cut and positioned where I want them, I'm going to glue down my pieces. When using your glue stick, make sure you put ample glue on the back of your pieces. Depending on your piece of paper, it may need more or less. Make sure you are applying a lot of pressure as you stick your glue down to your paper. Go ahead and glue all of your background pieces to your portfolio page. Now that my background's together, I'm going to begin defining the shapes and other layers of my piece. Especially with more complicated designs, it's important to remember that you can draw your design entirely in pencil before you cut it out. My recommendation is to draw your design on the back side of the paper so that your pencil lines will be stuck beneath your glue, but because you're using a pencil, you can always erase. Once your design is drawn, carefully cut out your shapes with scissors. Remember that there is no such thing as too much glue. For more complicated shapes, as you keep building your layers, remember you might want to mark the size of the area that you're trying to fill a piece. You can also use rulers and other tools to help define these complicated shapes. If you've created shapes that look complicated to cut out with a pair of scissors, you can always use an X-Acto knife and a ruler. It's always important to remember that when you're using the X-Acto knife, you want to cut on a self-healing mat or a piece of cardboard or a magazine. You do not want to be cutting directly on a wooden surface, especially someone's fancy dining room table. Continue gluing and creating your collage with all of its layers until it has the desired effect from your thumbnail. Just another reminder that you want to glue on the side with the pencil lines if you do not feel like erasing them. Another helpful hint when it comes to gluing is to glue on top of a scrap piece of paper so that you keep your table surface nice and clean and sticky stuff doesn't get where it's not watered. Once finished, don't forget to submit a formal photo of your piece.